going on, y'all? Back in the building once again. Today's video, I want to talk about meditation. I was first introduced to meditation through Russell Simmons and his book, Success Through Stillness. You know what I'm saying? Great read, by the way. Very easy read. He wrote it in a way that even a child could read it and understand it. So it was real simple, real quick breeze through. But eventually, and this is back a couple years. I stopped doing it a couple years ago, and basically one of the reasons I stopped doing it was because meditation is a very difficult thing. It's very difficult to gauge. Like, it's not like I know if I'm working out, if I know when my muscles start getting bigger or start getting more toned, I know I'm doing it right. You know what I'm saying? If I'm playing basketball, if I know that my jumper starts getting better or my handle's getting better, I know I'm doing it right. With meditation, it's very difficult to gauge if you're doing it the right way. So that's one of the main things that made me stop. I couldn't even tell if I was doing it the right way. I really couldn't tell anything about it. You're supposed to sit there and stay still, stay still, try to calm your mind. The issue I had was because I've always been somebody who's mentally, I'm all over the place. My mind runs 1,000 miles a minute. My mind runs faster than my mouth. Usually, it's almost like a signal that scrambles the message from my brain before it gets to my mouth, and then I start spewing a bunch of bullshit. So to quiet my mind for somebody like me, that's very difficult. My mind is just, it's like a whirlwind in there. It's like a constant storm in there, a constant tornado mixed with a hurricane, with a tsunami, all in one. That's how scatterbrained I am pretty much all the time. So to try to still all of that, to try to calm all of that down and sit down, it could be very difficult. And also, since there's no way to gauge how you're doing, you sit there thinking like, I might just be wasting my time. I'm probably going to give it another shot at some point in time. Hopefully this time I'll do it with more, matter of fact, I'm probably going to end up reading Russell Simmons' book again, just to make sure I'm doing it right. Or maybe I might go to somebody to try to see an expert, somebody who runs like a meditation center, or maybe doing it with other people. That may help, possibly. You never know. Sometimes when you do things on your own, there's no one there to encourage you. There's nobody there to cheer you on, or even let you know, hey, I've been through the same thing. Just keep going. Eventually you'll get it. Anyway, that's enough. There's not much to talk about on that topic, but it was just something I always wanted to do, because they tell you once you're able to still your mind. Matter of fact, let me Google some stuff. Hold up. Yeah, so it says here that meditation is a practice where an individual operates or trains the mind or induces a mode of consciousness, either to realize some benefit or for the mind to simply acknowledge its content without becoming identified with that content or as an end in itself. That ain't make no type of sense to me. Let me find somewhere else. That was Wikipedia. Let me find the dictionary definition. It says, think deeply or focus one's mind for a period of time. Silence or with the aid of chanting for religious or spiritual purposes or as a method of relaxation. To think deeply or carefully about something. Now one thing I know, so I started meditating a few years back, and I just read a book on like Buddhism, and it talks about chanting. Now the funny thing is, it never mentioned the word meditation in the book about Buddhism, which is called The Buddha in Your Mirror. It definitely spoke about chanting. I really didn't get around to doing that. Sometimes I need to ponder about something for a while before I actually start putting it into practice. I need to make sure it's something I actually believe. Even though there was a lot of practical knowledge in that book, the meditation book. Not the meditation, the Buddhism book. Usually takes a while, but this whole chanting and meditating, it all seems the same to me. Well, let me see if I can find some benefits of meditation. Meditation reduces stress, improves concentration, encourages a healthy lifestyle, increases self-awareness, increases happiness, increases acceptance, slows aging for all the women out there. Benefits cardiovascular and immune health. These are great things to do. It's just that, again, it's hard to see, it's hard to gauge. Like, how do you know if you're doing it the right way? And I guess there's a bunch of different ways to do it. Like I said, the definition included chanting, or just, I wasn't doing any chanting. I was just trying to be quiet and be still. My mind would just wander constantly, like I normally do. I sit there for a while, try to be still. My mind would just wander. The only time I can be still is when I'm going to sleep. Sleep has to be some type of meditation. As far as stress reliever, that's definitely something I could use and improve concentration, because, man, I'm constantly distracted. It says increases self-awareness. I've always been pretty self-aware. I guess you also become more self-aware because, we're humans. We're not perfect. We're not able to just constantly see things about ourselves. we may not want to see things about ourselves. But yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna try it again at some point, sitting still and for like 20 minutes or so. I used to do it on my lunch break, when I was at work. I used to just sit in my car and just try to stay still for that time. It's just so easy to get distracted, especially, I'm somebody, I don't know if I was officially diagnosed with ADHD, but I know when I was young, the doctors wanted to put me on like Ritalin or something like that. So, if meditation is what they say it is, it's definitely something that can help me out. A lot of kids these days are said to have ADHD. I don't honestly think it's a problem. I think everybody has something. These doctors they'll give you any kind of diagnosis just so they could give you some pills. I believe the pharmaceutical companies and the doctors have it together to give people more medication than we actually need, when there's probably some natural remedy for us to do. So if a kid has ADHD, meditation might be able to help him. A part of the problem was there was times I used to smoke. I would smoke weed and then try to like meditate after that and be like half high. And a lot of the times I just couldn't still it's not what I thought it would be, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm thinking I would be able to just sit down and just block out all thoughts. I mean, even in the book it says, even if your mind wanders, let your mind wander and slowly just bring it back to stillness. And maybe I was thinking too much. Well, obviously that's the problem, but maybe I was thinking, I was expecting too much, for my mind to be just completely blank, completely silent, and literally think about nothing. And then when I stopped meditating, I just be at peace. Like, you see the guys with the bald heads meditating. I'm halfway there. I got the bald head, but not the peace to go along with it. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to ramble about this too much. So those of y'all out there, if y'all got any, if you do meditate, do you have any tips to how to do it properly? If you go to a meditation center, or I don't even know if they have those, if you're in the Providence, Rhode Island area, send me something. If there's maybe some online websites or something like that that have tips on how to meditate the right way, I'm open to that. Or if you have experiences that you want to share in the comment section, drop it right there. And like I always say, just my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Holla at your boy.